Guys, so today we'll be discussing Leh Ladakh in the month of November. In November 2024, what you should be expecting in terms of road condition, weather, temperature, and even is it possible to go to Ladakh in November. So now keep in mind that November is completely off season in Leh Ladakh. It is a time when season has come to an end. The official season comes to an end by 15th to 20th of September, but it still carries on via the Srinagar road and via Leh to Delhi flights, which is the only way to get in. But the official Manali Leh route will shut by mid October. So by November, there is no way that you can get to Leh via Manali. The only way to get in and get out is either you directly fly to Leh via Delhi, Chandigarh, or via Srinagar. The other option is to take the road from Srinagar, which is a better option so that you acclimatize better. But over and above that, don't keep any hopes of going to Leh via Manali. It is going to be impossible. So now when it comes to the weather conditions, cold weather is what is going to be there throughout the day and the nights, when the daytime temperature will range from 5 degrees to 10 degrees. It could go up to 15. The sun will come out, but you will barely feel any warmth. The night temperature, that is, as soon as the sun dips, the temperature will rapidly decrease and will go to anywhere from -5 to -20 degrees or even lower. And this is, I'm talking about without snowfall. It will be extremely windy. It will get very, very cold at every place. Snowfall will surely happen in places like Kardungla, then at Tanglangla, at Changla, and along the passes. But for snowfall to happen in Leh, Hundar, it is grim. It might happen, but it's not going to snow so much that you will be stuck over there. Even if you get stuck, it will clear up because it's the start of winter. Then when it comes to accessibility, as mentioned at the start of the video, the Manali Leh road is closed, so there is no way you can get to Leh via Manali, but the Srinagar Leh highway is open and you can surely make it through. Flying to Leh directly is the best way for someone who wants to reach there quickly. But also keep in mind that most of the tourist activities are not accessible in the month of November. Pangong Taso Lake is highly difficult to reach. If you're someone who's planning a short trip to Ladakh in November, it's not going to be possible to see everything because roads might be open when you're planning, but when you actually get there, the road might shut because of snowfall along the passes. So it is advisable, if you're planning a trip in November, plan for a minimum of 12 days. And you cannot see everything in 12 days. You will definitely get to see a beautiful landscape, snow-capped mountains, and even snowfall at places. But to be able to go to all the places in like what you are planning in summer is not possible in winter. Getting to Nubra Valley is easily possible because the Kardungala road is generally always open on alternate days, since it is an important route for people to travel in and out of Nubra Valley, considering the civilization that is there in Nubra Valley. When it comes to accommodation in Leh, most of the homestays, hotels are shut. There will be a few here and there which are open, but keep in mind that in November, wherever you're booking a place, that you have to ask them whether they have heaters and generators and whether they can provide you with some kind of a heating system, because the nights are terribly, terribly cold. And when you're planning to go there in November, even if they are providing you with heaters, make sure that you carry a sleeping bag which can withstand the cold up to -5 degrees. You will get plenty of blankets like they will say, but remember that the blankets are like sleeping with a sheet of ice. It is you don't know what -10 degrees is till you go there and you're sleeping in that cold. It is bone breaking. You're not going to love it. So carry a sleeping bag because that will come really, really handy. Then when it comes to places that you can visit, remember things around Leh are easily accessible. The monasteries, Hemis, Tikse, Shea Palace, and even going to Sham Valley, that includes Lama Yuru, that Lekir and Alchi, they are all accessible, and it's easily a day trip from Leh, which is a wonderful experience because it is not going to be crowded. So all the lamas will be more accessible and will be ready to spend more time having a spiritual chat with you as compared to during season. Finally, the most important things that you need to keep in mind is that when you're going to Leh in the month of November, you need to carry a lot of woolen wear, and this I mean is heavy layering of woolens. Just one jacket will not cut it. You need to have really heavy jackets, and you need to get a jacket which can withstand minus 10 degrees. You need to get a muffler for your head. You need to have very good sunglasses. You need to have gloves. You need to have woolen socks. You need to have thermals, and all of these things you need to be able to get them before you go there, because if you go there and you decide to get it over there in Leh, you can buy it, but it is always recommended to buy it beforehand so that it makes your life easier. Then, about altitude sickness. Now see, altitude sickness is something that can hit anybody. It can hit the fittest of the people out there. So the best way to combat altitude sickness is, when you reach Leh, do not have a bath instantly. Acclimatize, stay a day or two, and then when the weather is good in the daytime, have a quick hot shower. Avoid having a bath every day in November, because that's where you're going to fall sick. And never, and by this I mean never ever, have a bath after sundown in Leh in November. You will surely fall sick. No matter how strong you are, you will end up falling sick. Finally, the last thing, the only pro of visiting Leh Ladakh in November is you will get to see a splendid all-terrain 365 panoramic snow-covered ranges. You will get to see barely any tourists, and it's a kind of Ladakh that you will have to yourself. It's like having a private trip to Ladakh. But the con is that you will not get to visit most of the tourist places that most people show during their summer travel. So over and above this, my personal recommendation is that if you are a first timer going to Ladakh, do not go in the month of November. If you have already been to Ladakh in the summers and you're looking to experience the winter feel of Ladakh, then November is the best month to go, because December, Jan, Feb onwards it gets extremely cold. So November trips to Ladakh are specifically for those who have already been to Ladakh and are looking for a second experience and a winter white experience of Ladakh. Just keep in mind that Leh has a hospital, and if you feel sick and you feel uneasy, just go to the hospital without trying to self-medicate or thinking that it will pass by, because things can turn extremely fatal in Leh Ladakh in winter very fast. So if you're feeling any kind of breathing issues or health issues, just take a taxi and go straight to the hospital. And finally, keep in mind that biking in Leh is fine for November. You can ride a bike in Leh town, but anywhere beyond Leh it is not advisable. It is extremely dangerous to go riding a bike in winter, because if it snows, you're going to end up by losing your life. So biking is not advisable at all in the month of November. So this is all that I have to share with you for the month of November if you're planning a trip to Leh Ladakh. If you have any questions or doubts, please drop them in the comments and we will get back to you with appropriate answers for them. Thanks.